This is Zach Daniel, and I am here to play.
What can I do for you, Captain? Goodbye. These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you. I suppose everything on the Unreliable belongs to you now, Captain. Help yourself. No, really. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain. The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed. Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie, from the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here? Altercation, you say? Shame as that goes. Spacer's Choice policy strictly prohibits dying during work hours. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt. Is that an official Spacer's Choice spacecraft on an official Spacer's Choice landing pad? Do I look like an automechanical sanitation unit? The answer to both questions is no. You'll want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. You want to chew the rag, go talk to Silas over by the cemetery.
And your rations yet?
Yep, 2 whole cans of salt tuna.
Spacer's Choice takes care of its own.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler. Spacer's Choice takes care of its own.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculty. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority. Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I am never wanting As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. The plagues come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us. We're a sensible people.
Move along.
Just gotta keep our heads up. Sorry, I got a lot to do.
Hey. Carry on.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacers... What? No, I'm Winslow. Lester Winslow. Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my third bottle. I don't... Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
I don't know you. Uh-huh. The unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard work. You really think so? That's kind of you. I've been trying... Guess I misreckoned you. Sorry. I can get you a drink if you'd like. Gotta ask you to enjoy your beverage within the premises, though. Can't risk you bringing a drink over to those desserts. traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their... Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway. Go ahead. The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something. You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go... Would you keep your voice down? The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of... You're inviting trouble talking that way. Look, either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. Coming right up.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us, Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
There is.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Just keep working. Work fortifies the spirit.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay. Some holeheads running around town talking about lost colony ships. Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But we belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions... Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith, for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
You some sort of freelancer?
You some sort of freelancer?
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Can we chat? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want... It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters. On account of it's his job and what all, but... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. I don't know anybody well. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be... It's just... I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it. On account of it being the... Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, that's what my dad used to... I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your... And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This...
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the... I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. Depriving them of safety from the marauders. I can see why that trouble... Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should... I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessional.
Moving. Okay. Attacking.
What was that?
No prisoners! Got a new one!
I'm going. Something you need? When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioned. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifle. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automaton. Just my luck. I asked for backup in the auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or... Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars. Pray to the law that you never do. A mechanical never forgets the... First they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken... I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Some tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. Enlistment fees. Yeah. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our... The scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
inside voices.
Get ready! Here they come! it! Fuck you! Ha! We made it!
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Any progress on... Wonderful. This is fantastic. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty. There is little more important than such a precious, rare text. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to... But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a... The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with... But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, you have a ship. Perhaps I can... Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual... I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers. Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my penitentiary term. Left... Of course, I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. But instead, I ended up the... Fantastic. Let me get...
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to...
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the... I shall see you on the ship, Captain.
Not a peep from me. Aw, he ain't right. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed.
I could probably fix that. Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards and—
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating.
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard. Hebs to Shirley. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Be more careful out—
Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
Bring us honors. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cable? You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very on the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit. Did you ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your... Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of... Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside, man. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically... Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. Well, excuse me. What I meant was, There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the lot...
I don't I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put...
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clance. If you die horribly,